Good evening, everyone. This is Henry Gambell with SimplerOptions.com, and in today's free video I wanted to review the S&Ps. Good a market as any with the recent volatility we've seen, and I think it's a good example too of just sharing how I try to work with symmetry through contract rollover. So as you look at this here, obviously Friday and then today's session were some of the sharpest down days we've seen. When you see these patterns, I like to come back and start comparing them to the correction that we saw here in February and then also here right at the beginning of the year. They took longer to play out in time, but the price of them looks very similar. The only issue here is that they are using a completely different futures contract, and that can give you different levels. The easiest way to mitigate that problem is to just move over into SPX. This has no rollover, so there's nothing you have to worry about there, and it's going to show you very similar patterns. So if we come back in and use our Fib Symmetry tool, we're going to take swing high to swing low and then compare that from the most recent high. And then you start to see these patterns and how they relate to each other. So both of these, just very clean, swing high to swing low, projected from the high, and that gives us a nice level right here on 1982. So it's a little hard to judge right this second. You know, these levels are going to work better if they can be tested and then trigger against it. But this is kind of the lower area that I have for support. After we get this bounce, then I'm still going to focus on the markets to the short side. So that is the level that I have on it immediately, and that is what I'll be looking for, Tuesday and into Wednesday. If we take a second to follow up on Bed Bath & Beyond, I covered this with you in Friday night's free video, so it's as good a place as any to follow up on. And it's just the idea that when you find yourself in a situation, and what we had done is a couple different strategies, but primarily it was a short call spread. And as we went into the end of the day on Friday, let's see, because we closed at 43.31. Yeah, so I had the short 43 calls. But the main things that I try to do in situations like this, where I'm willing to take assignment on these trades, is they've got to be going with the trend, and then it's just that much better when you can actually do it right against some clean resistance too. So I was able to take those shares, got the move I was looking for today, and now all I'm left with are these unbalanced flies back around 44, and those shouldn't give us too much of a headache. So I hope you found that helpful. That's kind of a couple of things that I've been working on and will pursue until the end of the week. And I will see you at the next free video.